The Salvation Army Christmas Kettle campaign is in full swing with 4 locations in Niagara Falls. The goal this year is to raise $80,000. Nancy Braye of the Niagara Orchard Community Church, she's the captain this year. She's in our studio. Nancy, how did you come up with the goal of $80,000?
Well, for us, it's really about the need that's represented in the community, right? And so our goal is always reflective of, well, how much money do we need to do what's needed in the community? And so for us, 80,000 was a relatively reasonable goal for us to try to achieve here in Niagara Falls. We did not hit it last year with COVID and all those things, but our hope certainly would be to reach it this year.
Last year was a challenge. Did you have the kettles out last year?
We did. We were fortunate. There were many places in Ontario that couldn't have them out at all the whole season because they were in the red zone during that time, or gray. For us, we were able to have them out for a short period of time, but we weren't able to have them out the 2 weeks right before Christmas, which is our biggest time. So we did certainly suffer as a result of that. So last year we brought in just over 40,000, which compared to other places, we were fortunate to receive.
When you mentioned red zone and gray zone, it brought back memories, and it really puts things into perspective. That was so long ago when we were using that color-coded system. 40,000 though, during that time, that's pretty darn good.
Absolutely, and I think for us, as I said, we were very fortunate to receive that here in Niagara Falls. As I said, there are many places that couldn't have their kettles out at all, and so their numbers were much, much lower. And so for our community to be able to raise over $40,000 in that short period of time without the 2 weeks right before Christmas, which is the biggest time, was really wonderful last year for sure.
Where does this $80,000 go once it's collected?
So everything that's given in Niagara Falls, of course, stays right here in Niagara Falls to assist with our ministries that we have here in Niagara Falls at Niagara Orchard Community Church. And so we have a variety of things that we do in the community. We give vouchers, for example, to those who are in need of clothing all throughout the year, not just at the winter time, but all throughout the year, as well as household items. Many people, they move frequently because of their circumstances, or they're just starting out. We have a lot of new Canadians that come to us for assistance, so we give vouchers to a local thrift store for that purpose.
And that's a partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters,
exactly,
right?
Yeah, exactly. The Salvation Army Thrift Store in Niagara Falls did close over the summer, and so we have a partnership now with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and they're just so wonderful. And so we refer people there for donating, as well as, of course, our vouchers we give to there as well. So that's one thing that we do. Our Salvation Army truck has been off the road. People will notice they haven't seen us out on Friday evenings. Our hope certainly in January is to get back out there, and this kettle money will certainly help to assist with that project. We did lose some funding last year through the region, and so we're really wanting to get back out there on Friday nights providing meals to those who are homeless in our area.
You also offer an anger management program in some area schools. Can we dig into that a bit?
Sure. So that program is called Red Cap. It's a Salvation Army program specifically for children in public schools. And usually it's like for grade 3 to 5, usually around that age. And it's really just about managing their emotions. And when they feel themselves sort of getting upset and that kind of thing, how do you deal with that? What are some healthy ways to express that kind of anger? And so we've been really fortunate over the years to be involved in many schools in Niagara Falls, including public board and Catholic board. Very fortunate to be able to run that program. Unfortunately, because of COVID right now, that's on hold because we're not able to go into the schools. But again, our hope is to be able to move forward with that as well. We had an employee who would go into the schools and do just a really fabulous job. We were in 16 schools at one point in the area, so we really hope to get back to that.
That's fantastic. 217 kids you're hoping to help with gifts this Christmas. How can people contribute to that?
Well, actually, our number has grown a little bit since I gave you that number, so we're up to 230 children as of this morning. So that's representative of 168 households right now for us in the area. So 230 children we've been packing toys for. And so we distribute this week, Thursday and Friday, to those families who have registered. But certainly, we are still accepting toy donations. We are still accepting gift card donations for our teens, and they can bring it. People can bring it right to the church on Dorchester Road. They can drop off at the fire halls. Lifetime Financial down on Portage Road. They also do a really big toy drive for us each year. There's many places to drop off, and we're certainly still accepting toys. We always get families who come with extenuating circumstances, of course, at the last minute, so we don't want to have to turn anyone away.
Let's talk about the kettles. The kettles are out at 4 locations right now.
Yeah, so we're fortunate to be able to be back at Sobeys this year. We weren't able to go there last year because of some COVID restrictions, but we're at Sobeys on Portage Road, we're at Walmart, we're at Zehrs, and then we are also at Costco. We started there on the 10th, and we go right through to Christmas Eve at Costco. Of course, Costco is our biggest location in terms of profitability, so really want to fill up that location. So if there are people who would like to volunteer 2 hours of their time just to be friendly and stand at the kettle, say thank you and Merry Christmas to people who donate, that's honestly how easy it is.
And you are still in need of volunteers at the kettles.
Absolutely, yes. We have lots of spaces, lots of shifts available, again, between now and Christmas Eve, where people can sign up. It's a great way for students to get their community hours. We have so many students who do it that way, and yeah, it's really great.
Tap and Give, how does that work?
So really grateful. Last year we started that, the Salvation Army did across Canada, where you could tap at each location. Last year it was just a $5 option to tap. This year we have $5, $10, or $20. And so all it is, you can use your debit, MasterCard, Visa, Google Pay, or Apple Pay, and you just simply select whichever amount you want to give. You tap, it comes right out of your bank account, and it's just that easy. If you want to have a receipt for $20 or more, we can certainly get that for you as well.
Nancy, thanks for filling us in on this year's Kettle campaign. A reminder to our viewers that this is also taking place for the Salvation Army at other areas across the Niagara region. Nancy Braye has been in from the Niagara Orchard Community Church talking about Niagara Falls. Again, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the opportunity.